Hi, I'm Heidi Miller. In this workout video, we're going to be doing the basic 5 using the weighted bar. This is a great way to bring some awareness on where those shoulders are during your workout. Keep in mind, this has not been modified for someone with a spine injury. If you have a spine injury, contact your local Pilates studio and work with somebody one-on-one. Let's get started. So in today's workout, we're going to be using a weighted bar. This is about a 2.5 pound weighted bar. This can help us feel where our shoulder blades are the whole time as we do our basic 5 workout today. So let's start with just a quick little warm-up, holding on to your weighted bar with your knuckles facing straight up so that your wrist is straight, knees and feet together, shoulders are flat like pancakes on the mat. Make sure your pelvis is nice and neutral, abdominals drawing in towards your spine to anchor your waist and back ribs. And we're going to just take a nice inhale into our back as we stretch the arms back towards the wall. We're going to see if we can keep our ribs on the mat. So inhale as you bring your arms back, shoulder blades are constantly pulling down into your back so they're constantly engaged, and we exhale to bring the arms back up. Inhale to stretch the arms back. See if you can keep your shoulder blades engaged the whole time, and exhale to bring the arms back up. So the weighted bar is to help us be aware of how we're holding our shoulder blades. And those muscles that hold our shoulder blades down should be active the whole time in our Pilates workouts. So practicing that with a weighted bar is really nice. Let's do just one more. So we're keeping our hips nice and level, abdominals in. Our waist is pulling into the mat with our back ribs, and we're keeping those shoulder blades engaged. We're going to now put the weighted bar in front of the thighs, and we're going to lift the legs up into a tabletop position. So you can bring your hands a little bit wide on the bar, and as you bring your legs in tabletop, let's point the feet and squeeze the knees. And then as you exhale, keeping those hips nice and level, you're going to lift head and shoulders off the mat. Keeping the weighted bar a little bit off the mat, we start pumping the arms. Now, feeling how this is to help you keep aware of your shoulders, keeping the neck long, scooping the belly in. We're going to count in 5s. So inhale for 5, and exhale for 5. And in, and out, and in, and out. So you can keep your upper body nice and still. So no jumping around with the neck and shoulders. Try to hold everything nice and still, lengthening the head away from the shoulders. To challenge the position, you reach your legs up and squeeze the legs together. Keep those abdominals pulling into the mat. Inhaling for 5, and exhaling for 5. And in, and out. And in, and out. Last set, and out. And then you can just bring the weighted bar forward. So from here, we're going to go ahead and straighten the legs out for roll up, flexing the feet and squeezing the inner thighs together. We're going to unshrug those shoulders and keep the waist on the mat. You stretch your arms back. And then inhale to lift the arms, then the head, and exhale to roll up and forward. Let's keep the arms parallel to the floor, scooping those abdominals back and flexing those feet to sit into your seat. You're going to pull your abdominals back away from your squeezing inner thighs. Let the weighted bar cue your shoulder blades to stay down as you roll through your spine one vertebrae at a time. You're going to take those arms back, keeping those shoulder blades engaged and waist on the floor. Inhale to lift the arms, then the head. Exhale. So the weighted bar kind of helps you over those sticking points in your spine. So you want to try to keep the bar level to the floor, but if you find that you have a real point of flatness in the spine, you can bring the weighted bar forward. So I'm going to show you that on this next one. You bring the arms forward more. So they come forward, they kind of lead. Then you lift the head, and then you exhale and you roll up. And if you keep the weighted bar kind of down and forward, sometimes that helps with those sticky low back vertebrae. So you can try that. Now, to challenge yourself, then we try to keep the arms right above and in front of the chest, so the arms aren't going to drop. So we're going to inhale, exhale, feeling how we have to keep those arms just a constant fixture of the front of the shoulders. And we feel the spine moving, but the arms are just staying perfectly right in front of the chest and shoulders. So they're not moving. Okay, and then the last way to use the bar is keeping the arms up by the ears, which is even more challenging. And of course, for counterweight, they might come forward. And then you just try to keep them up by the ears. So you're going to inhale, exhale back, squeeze those legs together, flex those feet, use those armpits, and roll all the way down. For single leg circle, the next exercise, we can challenge our rib cage connection and balance by keeping the arms right above the chest and shoulders. So we're going to bring the right leg up towards the ceiling, trying to keep those hips level and abdominals in. We bring the leg across the body, and then we exhale around and up. If you find this exercise to be very difficult, you can bend your bottom leg. So inhale, exhale. So if we bent the bottom leg, it'd look like this. Inhale and exhale. We're trying to draw a nice circle on the ceiling with the big toe. We're feeling like we're keeping our shoulders and ribs and pelvis nice and stable and balanced. Inhaling and exhale. Switching direction. Inhale, really crossing over the midline. Exhale, up. Keeping those abdominals in, we're trying to keep those hips nice and stable. Shoulders flat like pancakes, abdominals into the spine. Inhaling as you start, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So you can keep everything nice and stable as you're circling the leg. One more time. Okay, and then we switch legs. So again, if you find holding that leg up is really too difficult, you bend the bottom leg. But otherwise, you're going to keep the legs both straight, a little turnout, and then you just inhale as you bring the leg across the body, and then exhaling as you finish the circle. Inhale as you start, and then exhale as you finish. See if you can feel the work of the right leg pressing down on the mat a little bit to help keep your hips stable. It helps if you imagine that your hips are nice and heavy, as if they're full of wet sand. That helps to keep the hips stable as you're circling the leg. One more in this direction. So we're going to inhale as we switch direction, exhale as we cross over the midline and come up to the top. We're keeping our abdominals in towards our spine, keeping our shoulder blades pulling down into our back hip pockets, and we're trying to keep our rib cage glued to the mat. See if we can also challenge those hips to stay nice and stable, like a nice heavy weighted pot. Just two more. Last one. And then we're just going to roll up to sitting, flexing the feet, squeezing those legs. We're going to lift the head, let the weighted bar go forward to help move through those sticky low spine vertebrae. And we just curl forward. And then we're going to go ahead and move our hips towards our feet. The weighted bar can go under the legs, under the knees, and your hands are going to be in an underhand grip. And this way you can challenge trying to keep your thighs close to the front of your body. So you lift the legs, you're going to curl into a C curve in your spine, and you roll back trying to keep the distance between shoulders and legs the same. Inhale as you go back, exhale up. Squeezing your glutes will help you stop. Make sure your head doesn't land on the mat. Feel like you're painting the wall and the ceiling with your butt. Keep those shoulders unshrugged and squeeze those glutes. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do 3 more. Rolling through each vertebrae. of the spine. Feel like your shoulders are trying to chase your knees. One more time here. And the last exercise of the basic 5 is the spine stretch. So we're just going to scooch back into the center of the mat. The legs will open up to the width of the mat. We flex the feet without tensing the knees, so we can sit right up on our sits bones. We're going to lift the weighted bar up parallel to the floor to keep our shoulders engaged. And inhale, get nice and tall through your spine. Exhale as you imagine peeling your spine off the wall and letting your arms float forward, keeping them rising up so they stay parallel to the floor. Inhale as you stack back up. Exhale as you go forward. Flexing your feet, pulling back through those abdominals, and try to tuck those shoulder blades into coming down into your back hip pockets. Exhale, flex the feet, abdominals back, chin holding on to the ping pong ball at the Adam's apple, and rolling back up. Just 2 more. See if those shoulder blades can pull down. Inhaling up. And last one, exhaling down. All right, that's the end of your workout. Thanks again for joining me for this workout video. If you have any questions on how to do these exercises, check out my how-to videos. And if you'd like more workouts, check out my workout videos. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any other videos. Thanks again for watching and have a fabulous day.